63 years old now, and I don't know if I can take this or not, so come on, Brian. First of all, Jerry and I are huddled over there, and we will categorically deny 65% of the allegations that were out at us during the interview. 45% true, 65% a complete falsehood. Where you came up with some of this stuff, I don't know. She's damn straight, it was, oh, every bit of it was true. Okay. Every bit of it was true. Ryan, where is that 1987 overhead projector? And believe it or not, in my famous class of 1974, the only distinguished alum on here is David Shartock. No Ron, no Dizzy Dean, no Gary B, no Terry Ricker, nobody. David Shartock. I retired, and Carol and I moved back to the land of milk and honey, Michigan. But then, early in 2006, Carol and I decided something very big and monumental was missing in our lives. And I think most of you figured it out in the last 2 days. It's my grandchildren and my daughter. And last evening at Hellier Hall, and today on campus was very, very special to me. I shared my grandkids with some very special people in my life, and that was all of you. And I thank you for it. I've been looking forward to this day for a long, long time. I love those kids dearly, and I love you dearly. Found a rental. Bought a home about 2 weeks ago, and we're moving in next week, and we are New Yorkers again. On the flip side of 2006, however, last year unfortunately brought us some very sad news with respect to the Morrisville journalism family. Professor Joe Quinn at age 74 died in February, and Professor Chaz Charles Hammond died at age 84 in August. Charlie was my colleague for more than 20 years, and I don't have to tell any one of you people his expertise in that classroom, in advertising, public relations, and damn good excellent reporting. I taught with Joe for nearly 10 years before he moved over to the English faculty for a decade. In addition to his teaching skills, I can rightfully say that Joe Quinn was the nicest man I've ever known in my lifetime. No offense, Brian. Jerry. Joe was one decent man. I never stopped telling him that, even through 4 years of retirement. But those of you here who knew Joe also know that he was a very sincere religious man, a devout Irish Catholic. While observing some of my questionable behavior at times, he would occasionally admonish me, okay, and hint that maybe, as he looked down over his glasses, Mike Conley and anybody else here that had Joe, all right, looking down over his glasses, that I may have been jeopardizing my chances of getting into heaven with my behavior. I would always reply to him, Joe, I really don't know if I ever want to go to heaven, since most of my best friends, including Jerry Leone and Brian McDowell, are not. Joe, rest in peace. Charlie, rest in peace. We had a lot of fun. No question that Hammond and Quinn were an integral part of that family-oriented approach that this journalism program has been all about for 40 years. Now, every single one of you are much more like family and friends to us than former students. I can't even start to recall you as former students, just simply because we've had this type of association over all these years after you left Morrisville College. Now, who would have thought 40 years ago, when Jerry launched this incredibly vital 2-year journalism curriculum, that we would be gathered together in this majestic, incredibly historical place and discuss the implementation of 2 four-year journalism programs. I taught my first class on campus right here. Jerry was right over there. In this building, obviously, 34 years and 11 months ago. And after that class, I spent 27 of the most precious years, the best years of my life, teaching in the number one 2-year journalism program in the nation. Something magical about this program. And I was trying to find one link that made this program so successful, and a common denominator among all of you. Some link that ties Nancy Cardell's 1977 class with Jim Kenyon's class of 1970, Jack Dershly's 1981 class with Lynn Arthur's 1990s class, Tim Arena's 1975 class with Suzanne Schwartz's 1990 class. There's a link there, people. There's an actual link. And then it finally came to me. The comment I've heard more often from you people, and Jerry, I know you will concur with this, and so will Brian, as full-time people representing this program. One comment that I would hear more over all the years was attending Morrisville's journalism program was the best thing that probably happened to me. Because when you people are asked, and we've done it repeatedly, do you wish you had gone to Oswego, to Buff State, to New Paltz, Ithaca, Utica, University of Maryland, or Cornell, for instance, right? First, or any other four-year university first before you came to Morrisville, your resounding collective answer is hell no. Amazingly, all of you have a different reason for saying hell no. But the one reason that we hear constantly is the basic concepts that I learned here in this program were more vital than anything I eventually learned at a four-year campus. Time and time again, we've heard that. Mike Gormley, class of 81, who submitted a terrific news column to the commemorative book that Nancy Cardell, Frank Altman, and Jimmy Johnson will be publishing in the future, hit the nail right on the head, and allow me to quote Michael's column. Morrisville gave us an edge. That little ag and tech college gave us a critical advantage over most of the Ivy Leaguers and those so-called holders of masters of whatever degrees out there. Thanks, Mike, for saying it so simply and to the point. Attending Morrisville's journalism program, for whatever reason, is the best thing that could have happened to each and every one of you here, because it gave you that critical edge to be able to compete with four-year graduates at any point in time, all right? And also those individuals who tended to flaunt and show off their degrees first, rather than what they had allegedly learned. The best thing that could have happened to you, because you received the best one-on-one instruction, the best thing that could have happened to you, because you got hands-on experience with the Chimes, CBM, and the photo labs. And the most important thing, the best thing that could have happened to you, because you are the recipient of the professor's first priority here, and damn it all, that is to teach. And you did not find that in so many of your four-year universities and colleges. And I look over at Jimmy Johnson with a 2-year degree. I look at Mike Gormley with a 2-year degree. And I just swell with pride, guys, because you guys have done it all with this little 2-year degree. The pride that most of you take in your Morrisville 2-year degree is heartwarming and heart-wrenching to us in the faculty. I'm so proud to have been a part of that pride in your life. And I thank you for allowing the faculty to serve you for the last 4 years. Thank you.